later. So today we are going to learn on how to work on React and Tailwind. Then I have two projects that I want you to choose in between what you want us to build. Do you want us to build this UI, this particular UI with some of the features, or do you want us to build this particular UI with React and Tailwind CSS? And actually with all these features, which one do you want us to build? You can vote before we start working on our project. Which one do you want us to build? Mailbyte one um or the prog skill? This one is actually my blog. This UI here. Or do you want us to build this user interface here? As you can see it here, some code snippets right here and everywhere. Okay, maybe I can share the two on the chat. Mailbyte. Everyone is saying Mailbyte, right? Okay, we can do that. All these two are my platforms, and most of the things I achieved last year. So I have 2 votes from Mailbyte, 2 votes from Proxy. I want one final vote because it's 2-2. One final because it's a 2 for Proxy, 2 for Mailbyte. One person to determine. Proxy, thank you. So let's go with the Proxy. So we are going to build this UI, this beautiful user interface you can see here. As you can see, this is a very awesome user interface, as you can see here. It has some logo, all these courses over here, good navigation bar, then a very good creative UI. Here you can see we have a very creative UI over here. You can see we have these cards. You can see we have some few courses that you can add from the admin side. We have this beautiful UI over here. And actually you can go to another page like contact us. You can see this page here is very awesome, very good looking page. And this page actually is sending data to the database. So this one is it's a functional website here. So you can see we have another page like this, coaching course. We have a very nice footer. And for your surprise, this page is mobile responsive. You can see this page is mobile responsive. As you can see, everything is appearing here. Well and nice, formatted well and nice over here. Yeah. So basically that's what we are going to build, that mobile responsiveness. And I just want to know, anyone who has ever used React here and Tailwind CSS? React and Tailwind CSS. Anyone? Thank you, Lebohang. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to React and also introduce you to Tailwind CSS. So in the meantime, we have a course here that is our React course. You can check it out. Let me share. It's free. It's not paid. It's free course. It's a free course. You can check out that course. That's actually React, and it's React and Tailwind CSS course. It's my course. It's free. It's free. You can check it out. Actually, you can do the course. After the course, actually, we have a certificate, and the certificate is already verified. It's automatic. Once you complete, the system automatically awards you a certificate. So once you complete this, the system will automatically award you a certificate. So yeah, should be very easy for you. So React basically allows us to create interactive UI and reusable UI components that efficiently update underlying data changes. So this is how it happens. You know, in the normal HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, this is what we do. For example, we can build this navigation bar. Then every time we are creating another page like the contact page, the about page, and the rest, every time we are going to be required to duplicate that navigation bar, right? In React, we can only build one navigation bar, then we are going to reuse it everywhere in that code. So this is what I mean. We build one navigation.html file. Then in that HTML file that we build, it's going to we are going every time we create a new page, we are only going to add. You see where we add the navigation bar. Instead of now adding the navigation bar, now we can add the name of the file, maybe navigation.js or the navigation dot, the name of the file that we are going to give it. That's how React works. Very best. Actually, you should have already learned React. That's what exactly we mean also by reusable UI components. We call them components. This file now, we start calling them components. They are no longer files, they are now components. Now, you see this feature where in your HTML, you create a file, then every time that you make changes, you need to go here and refresh your page to see the changes. React, you no longer need to do that. It will refresh itself. Um, it will automatically refresh itself. But the good thing is this. Let's say you are building a large application like this. This is a very large application with a lot of things. Now, every time I build that, it's going to refresh the entire page, right? Now, if I'm trying to code and I want maybe only change has been made to this part, imagine it's going to leave all the other pages intact, then only refresh this part. Only refresh this part. How good is that? This one will save time. Maybe someone is using our application. There's no need to refresh the entire application. You can only refresh this part alone. If you refresh this part alone, then for efficiency, that thing is going to work. Now, I want you to see this page. See this page. Once I refresh, where do you see changes? Only here. All these other pages are intact. How good is that? Very awesome, man. You can see on these other pages remain intact. Only this page where it's fetching data is refreshing. How good is React? Very nice. I advise that you try it out. So that's what exactly we want to do. Now, again, what is the Tailwind CSS that we are talking about? Tailwind, some people know to use Bootstrap. You have heard about Bootstrap and other CSSs. Tailwind will basically help you work on that. It's just like a Bootstrap kind of a thing, but this one is lightweight. It's very simple to write, very interactive, and it has a very good kind of colors that we have. So we are going to see how we add that React and Tailwind. So exactly, you can see this is a video of a React setup. We have covered what is React. Now let's see how we create a React tab. To create a React app, you need Node.js installed in your system. So you need to install Node.js in your system for you to work around React. So make sure that you have React, not React, but Node installed in your machine. If you have Node installed in your machine, then you are good to go. Actually, you can, for those who are following along, you can follow along these. You can follow along this content over here in that course I just shared. It's the same content that we are going to follow. Okay, so I'm going to create a project here. Let me just create a project. Code with Evans. Let's see. Tutorials. Then over here, I'm going to say prog skill. Because it's a prog skill clone, I'm going to clone that project. Yes, Remy. Remy, you have raised your hand. Remy, your hand is up. Do you have any question? Okay, let me share the content. I have resent, check the chat. You can see the links to that content. Okay. Now, I'm going to create a project. This project is what I've created. So let me just open this content with my VS Code, this empty folder. Just open the way you open with your code. Doesn't matter how you do it. Just do it the way you do it. Open with your VS Code. This is an empty folder. So in this empty folder, I'm going to open my terminal. The way you open your terminal, I don't know how you open your terminal. You can go to explore, whatever files, terminal, view here, terminal, new terminal. How you open your terminal, just open your terminal just like that. How you open your terminal. So I have my terminal open. Then I'm going to follow along this course here to show you how you use React. So creating React, we have several ways of creating React app. The best one is by using Vite. It's by using this Vite. So Vite is a build tool that aims to provide a faster and better environment for using React. In setting up React app, you have so many ways. Some make your application slow, some make your application fast. So we are going to use Vite, this Vite here. So you can either use npm for those who have npm. Maybe you have Node. If you have Node installed in your machine, then automatically you have npm installed. You don't have to worry. You don't have to follow the rest. In case maybe you installed yarn, you can use yarn. In case you installed pnpm, you can use pnpm. It doesn't matter. Just use whatever your system is compatible with. Mine, because I have already have yarn, don't use yarn in case you have not installed yarn in your machine. I'm going to use yarn because I have it. Then I'm going to yarn create vite, right? Yarn create vite. Then I'm going to leave it like that, enter. Then it's going to tell me add a project name. My project name will be um, prog skill clone. That's the project name. You can add any name of your choice, the project name. Then I'm going to press enter. Then over here, I want you to pay attention. You're going to use, if you are setting up with Vite, then you are going to choose the technology that you want to use over here. Do you want to use vanilla? Vanilla is the vanilla JS, the normal JavaScript. Do you want to use the Vue.js? Do you want to use React, Preact, Lit, Svelte, Solid, Quark, and others? So in this case, I'm using the arrow keys down, arrow keys, in case you are wondering how I'm doing it. The arrow keys down, once it underlines React, I want you to see again, use the arrow keys down and up. Once it underlines React, then I'm going to select enter. Now, once I select enter, it's going to bring me into this page. Just press enter once, don't press twice. Then here, I'm going to choose what kind of React do I want to use. Do I want to use React with TypeScript, or do I want to use React with JavaScript? So I'm going to, again, arrow down, arrow up, arrow down, arrow up. For our level, let's use the normal JavaScript. There's no need to use TypeScript at this moment. Maybe in the next session, we can use TypeScript. Use JavaScript, arrow up, arrow down to highlight JavaScript, then press enter. And there we go. We are done. Now, the next step, you can see it's guiding us here. It's guiding us our project here. Now run, you see, it's running. CD prog skill clone, right? CD prog skill clone. Perfect. Then it's going to tell me, again, do what? Run yarn. After CD prog skill clone, run yarn. Then I'm going to run yarn. Depends, I said yarn, depends with whatever you have used. In case you had used npm, it's going to tell you npm install just like that. Mine, I'm using yarn, that's why it's going to tell me yarn just like that. Then I'm going to wait for it to install all the necessary dependencies. Then we move to the next step. Okay, we can wait, it's almost done. As we wait for it to complete, anyone who is following along, maybe they are trying along, that would be really, really nice. Yes, Mark, I can see you are trying along. That's really nice. No, I chose, Peter, I chose JavaScript. You can choose JavaScript as well. I didn't choose TypeScript. So we are done with our first initial step of setting up our React here. Now the next step is, let's not go to this step. I want us to go to the next step, that is setting up our Tailwind CSS. So let's go to the Tailwind documentation website, Tailwind installation. I'll share the link. Okay, let me share this link. That is the Tailwind. I've shared that link. You can check that link out, how to set up our React. So what I did, in case you were wondering where I got that link, so just go to Tailwind docs/installation. Then we have, you see these tabs here, installation. In your installations, we have using post CSS or framework guides. We are using framework guides. Framework, because we are using React and Vite, we are going to select on Vite. Then this is how we are going to install our application or our CSS or our Tailwind CSS inside our application here. So this one is using React. So let's see if this one was done. Yeah, perfect. This one is done here. So I want us to see these files here. You see, once I click this, you can see these files up here. Okay. So I want us to install this React. So I'm going to start here because I've already installed my application. I've already started my Tailwind, not Tailwind, but my React application. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start right here. So I've said, in case you used npm, then you can run this command as full. npm install, just like that. Mine, because I used yarn, I'm going to do something different. Yarn add, then I'm going to paste that link, not really link, but that statement. Then it's going to install Tailwind inside my application. Okay, so we are done with first step. Now I'm going to use npx tailwind config, just like that. Now once I run this command, see this command, once I run this command, you'll see some few files added on the left. So let's do it. There we go. There we have our Tailwind config file right here. So we have our Tailwind config right here. So let's continue this documentation. This documentation tells us in our tailwind.config.js, add this file. So I'm going to copy it right away. Then tailwind.config.js, I'm going to replace everything with that one here. That one makes more sense. Okay, we are done with that step. Now, it's telling me what is the next step. Go to your index.css file. Just copy that. Index.css. We have our index. Click on the src. We have our index.css file right here. I can do away with that or CSS, then replace with that because I don't need the other CSS. And there we have our Tailwind and React connected together, and our applications are ready to start. Nothing else we need to set up. We are done with our setup. Okay, so the next steps will be basically now building our user interface. So let's do away with this and do away with this. Now I want us to start our application. To start our application, we can just go back to our documentation here. Our documentation told us to, no, we just need to run yarn dev or npm dev, then it will start our application. You see, once we run that, let's see if we have anything. Yeah.
Nzuri sana. Tuko vizuri. Sawa. Haya.
Okay, we can continue. So over here, what is it? My VS Code here. So what I basically did, I had to run, I had to run yarn dev to start my React app. To start your React apps, you run in command line. It's not just like HTML where you go and double click that file and run it with the server. No, you run it right here. Yarn dev in your command line. Then you can see this link. You see this link over here. Just click that link. You can copy that link or you can click that link to follow that link. You can see. Okay, so you can see this application is here up and running smoothly. Now, here is where the game begins. Creating the UI itself. So creating the UI itself, first you have to understand React files. How do these files work? How are these files? Right? Now, as you can see here, we have a list of files. For those who have never used React, we have a list of files. Ignore the public, ignore the node modules for now. Later, we can explore them whenever we need them. We focus on the SRC. We focus on the SRC. Also, we can focus on the index.html file right here. So in the index.html file, this is the home page. You see this page? As you can see, let me do away with some of these. As you can see this title, you see this tab here, it's saying Vite plus React. This is where you change the name, Vite plus React. We can call it prog scale clone, just like that. And automatically it refreshes and you see it's no longer React what? It's prog scale clone. That's where we change the name and the rest. Yeah, this clip will be available. It's already recording. It's already recording, so it will be available. Right? Okay, so let's continue. So that's how you change, that's where you change the title of that prog skill clone, right? Cool. You change it right here in the index.html. So you no longer need to write anything in the index.html. That is the root file. The root file, you don't need to write it or you don't need to touch it anymore. So we have other files that we no longer need them. We no longer need the app.css. We can do away with the app.css. You can delete it. Just delete that app.css. Then our main file is the app.jsx. App.jsx. So in this app.jsx, we have a lot of code that we no longer need. We can do away with it all the way to, we can do away with that file. Then we can do away with this and also this, just like this. Now once we save, we go to our code, it's empty because we have nothing right here. Now I want us to debug what's happening here. So this is how you write a React file. React is a combination of HTML and JavaScript at one place. So what do we do? So to combine them, you get something we call JSX. JSX. Right here, where is it? I want to get it correct. Just right here, you get JSX. So JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript that combines JavaScript and HTML syntax. So if you combine the HTML syntax and JavaScript syntax, you get JSX, right? And this one is to provide functional or reusable markup files. That's how, if we combine the two, we get JSX. That's why we are using app.jsx, combination of HTML and
This on the delivery now to carry.
kindly make sure that you are on mute. All right, thank you. So if we combine the two, we get the JSX. So over here you can see we have written the normal function in JavaScript. Then we have to export that default app because we said, remember when we are starting, we said we are writing reusable files, and those files we call them components. Those files we gave them a name of components. So we are writing reusable components. Now this one are no longer files, are components. I'm not checking at the app.html file, no. I'm looking at the app.jsx component. This one, yes, is index.html, but it's no longer a file. When we come to React, we call them components. So basically, we are looking at these components. So let's do this. So over here, we have the normal function. Then we return a JSX element, combination of two. So inside here, we can write the div. And we have achieved our goal. So if we write h1 and say hello world, we save our file, then we go to our page, you see it automatically heads to refresh. I said in this we don't need to refresh by ourselves. It will automatically refresh. See, it's right here. So that's how basically this React and HTML, JavaScript, Tailwind all combine work, right? That's how it works. Yeah, there's Sharon, the session is being recorded, so don't worry. The session is already recording. So where are we? We are right here. So you see, that's how you achieve. So I've said when you are learning React, clear the word or the term file in your mind, then start using the word components. These one are no longer files, they are components. We are saying that why are we using React? To write reusable codes, to write reusable components, reusable and faster components. That's why we are doing this. Okay? Cool. So let's do this. Now, I want us to add CSS in this one. Which CSS are we using? Tailwind CSS. So it's basically simple. We do this in CSS. In React, we just come here. You see, where in our normal way we use class. In our HTML, we use the word class. In React, it's no longer class. It's class name, right? It's class name. Here, we are not going to use the classes that we use, like header Nothing like that. Tailwind, we are going to write our CSS inside here. Inside, right inside here. Okay? So this one is the same as Bootstrap. So if we wanted to add background color is BG red and the color code 500. So if I save this and check, see, there we go. Our background color is red. So what have I done? BG is background, the color is red, and the color opacity is 500. So that's how you achieve colors in Tailwind. Maybe whatever, or maybe we wanted to add a font. We say font of bold, just like that. See, and our font is bold, or font is extra bold, extra bold, and you can see it is extra bold. So that's how we do it. So in case you want to have use, as you can see, I want to show you something like text. You see this one autocomplete you are seeing here. In case you want to get just like mine, this autocomplete, you can go to your extensions tab, extensions, then add, it's called Tailwind IntelliSense. Tailwind IntelliSense. Just type for Tailwind IntelliSense like this, and you are going to get that IntelliSense. This is another component that you need to install, right? File, not file but extension is this one, React, these two, ES7. Just type for ES7. ES7 is script. So this one here, just use this one here. This one 7, or these two you can install them. They are going to help you have that autocomplete kind of a thing when you are using React. So basically that's how you are going to get these autocompletes, things that we are going to be talking about. So that's it. So let's see another thing that we can learn or we can have in mind before we start creating our application. So you have learned what is a component. You have learned how to write a JSX. So I want to show you something. Now, what if, you remember when you are working with application, it's all about organization. It's all about being clean. Even in your house, it depends how clean you are. How have you organized your things? So in React, there is a way we organize our things. Everything, you put it in a components folder. So just create a folder and call it components. Yeah. And that in components folder. So everything that you are going to write is going to be inside this component. Either our header, everything. Every file is going to be inside our components. And this component is inside SRC, the source folder. Right? Good. And you can see, to make it a good component, to make it a good component, it's really advised to start the word with a capital to make it a component. That's just the rule of React. So in case I wanted to create a component and call it header, you can see I'm writing header. Oops. I'm using header dot JSX. We said we are no longer using HTML or CSS, we are using JSX, just like that. Enter, and this one is a component. Now, we have two components here. We have the normal components. As you can see here, this is a JavaScript function, right? What kind of a function? This is a normal function, and we have the arrow function in JavaScript. So we have two functions in JavaScript. Everything here is going to be a function. So over here, we can hard code this function. Anyone can hard code this function, but as well, you can write an arrow function like that. So what have I done here? To write these components, you can use the shortcut RFCE, RFCE, and then you can see the suggestion here is just writing the normal function, then enter, then it's going to produce this component for us. This is the normal function. So what is the shortcut? Let me just type it here on the chat. Is RFCE. Then we have the second one, RAFCE. So those are the keywords or the shortcuts. Which file is the hello world in? It's in the app.jsx. The hello world is the JSX file, the app.jsx. So we use, where is it? This one here. So what have I done? Let me just repeat. I've said RFCE, then press enter to make this component. As you can see, import React from React, then function, then return this JSX, then export this one for future use. That's a normal function. Now to generate the function or component, the arrow function, we use RAFCE, then enter. You can see, and you can see this one, it's a function. This one is a working function. And it's an arrow function. So you can choose whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever function you like. Yeah, so that's how you write a functional component. So here I can say header and say this is awesome, right? Very cool. So if I say this is awesome, now how will that file be visible right here? If I refresh, nothing happening. You can't see that file right here. So what I need to do, just to come to your app.jsx. App.jsx, it's your root file. App.jsx is your root file. Never touch it, just use it in the right way. It's your root file. Okay? Someone is saying, Vincent, please repeat on what to do after creating the component header. How to write the component header is very simple. I did RAFCE, and you can see it has autocomplete. But for this autocomplete to work, make sure that you have the two extensions, the ES6, the ES7, these extensions. These extensions here, the ES7, they will help you. They will help you have this autocomplete. Unless you have them, you are going to have a hard time. So after you create that, now Yeah, you can just come here. You can just come here and do this. I want you to depend on autocomplete because autocomplete sometimes it's more safe, less typo. So what you do, you open that less than, then we call the name of our file header. You see this header, and you can see we have a suggestion here. Import this from slash component, blah blah blah. Then I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to have the that slash, then close my sign here, the greater than. As you can see, this one is working. Then you see here, it has imported the header, then the component, from the component header. So what did I do to achieve this? I like depending on autocomplete. Why? It's more safe and more accurate. That less than, or that simple. Then write the name of my file. The name of my file is header, and of course it starts with capital header. Header, just like that. And you can see it is suggesting me something. This is exactly what I want. I can just select it, and you can see automatically imported that file, right? Then after that, I do the slash, that is it, the forward or backslash, then close with the greater than simple. That's how you close or you import that. So once I save this, once I save, go to my page, boom, there we have my header. And if I try to edit something here, header, and say this is awesome, I like it. If I save this, the moment I save in my browser ideas automatically refreshed. As you can see, this is awesome. Perfect. That's how you work around these headers and this React thing and Tailwind thing. So basically that's how this works. Is the session being recorded? Of course, yeah, it's being recorded. Yeah, so that's it for that. That's how you use React, and we set up our React and everything. So any question up to there before we go to the final step? On the extensions, can I see a lot of ES7? I'm not even sure. Okay, see a lot of extension with ES7. So let me share my two extension. Let me just expand this. So in your extension, just check this. You can screenshot or you can take a photo for you to install it. Mine, you see, I'm having ES7 plus React, this one with React, Redux, React Native. This one is the main one. React, Redux, React Native snippets. This one is the main one here. Ignore the rest. Mine I have two, the ES7 with React, Redux, GraphQL, React Native. You can install the two, this one here. The ones with React, Redux, and this one with GraphQL. The first two here. Actually, they are the ones with a lot of downloads. So that's how you go around that. So if you install the two, they will help you work around that. So basically, that's what we had prepared for today, because I can see most of you are not conversant with React. So I'm just going to give you some small assignment. Maybe whenever we are meeting next, you try it by yourself. So share the Tailwind command link. Let me share Tailwind command link. I've shared it. So check it out. So in that link, if you have already installed React, don't start with the first commands. You see these first commands here. The first commands here, ignore them, ignore these first ones. Because we have, this one is just for creating React app. Because we have already created the React app, ignore this, then start from here. Start from here all the way to bottom. Ignore the first one, then start the second ones. Just here and move down. Yeah. So that's it. Up to there. So in case you want to learn more about React and maybe what are these JSX before the next session, you can check it out, this course that I just shared. The course, once you are done, you are going to get automatic certificate. It will be sent into your email. Once you are done, it takes 100% complete. Then you are going to get your certificate instantly generated by the system. So you can try it out up to there for the React basics. Then you can also join, for those who have not joined our Discord, you can join our Discord. Here you can ask any questions. It's more safe as compared to WhatsApp. Here you can ask any question in our Discord, in our channel here. It's more, I'm gonna copy the link. You can join our Discord. That's the link to our Discord. There you can ask any question, you can get support, real-time support there in your Discord. Yes, Samuel.
I have a question on these modules. If maybe I need to push my project to GitHub, I can see it has over 300 I don't know packages. Which ones do I ignore, or do I push the whole thing?
Nice question. Very good question. Now, as you can see, we have these modules right here. React, they already know this, it's a problem. So right here, they added .git ignore file. Automatically, once we are installing, it automatically ignored this git ignore. So it's ignoring all the unnecessary things. So you don't have to worry. So you can just push your project and then everything is safe. You don't have to worry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so that's it. Let me stop the recording to keep it short.